Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of meat that I'm going to sous vide. The first is the pork belly, and then there's the short ribs. So I just make sure I wash that meat thoroughly first, and now I've got to make the bags that I want to pack the protein into. You may already have a bag. There's certainly lots of ways you can do this, but I'm using the shrink wrapping bag. All I'm doing is sealing the ends. I do 2 seals on one end, and then I'm going to create a second bag for the pork belly, do a second seal, and now I've got an open end and a closed end, which is awesome. So now I want to pop those proteins into their bags. Beef short ribs into one, and the pork belly. It's a little bit of a wiggle and a jiggle to get it in there, but we managed to get it in there. That's awesome. I'm just going to dry my hands. Yes. All right, so now we want to season this meat, or not. You don't have to season it. You can put whatever you like. I've written the seasonings that I used over on the right. That chili mushroom salt is just powdered chili, salt, and portobello mushroom, dried portobello mushrooms. That's all that's in that. That's my spa seasoning. The recipe's on the channel. Opening up all the jars, getting ready. And I do use these Thai seasonings and the lemongrass. You wouldn't use it if you can't, but I can. I've got no problems with all of that. So, yeah. Now let's get to it. And in the beef bag, we're going the chili mushroom salt, the Thai seasoning in just a second. Squeeze some of that in. Squeeze some of that in. We're all good. Now the pork belly. We want to get some salt and pepper in there. We're going to add some 5-spice powder and some star anise. A little bit of fennel seed. We are good to go. Now I've made my best guesses of the amounts over on the right hand side there. So now we've just got to, we're up to the sealing the bag. We've got to seal the bag now. I just decided that I need to put I wanted to put a bit more salt on the top of the pork belly. So we're going to do that now. So inserting that in and sealing, I choose the fast option and the dry option because I haven't got any liquids in there, and it works better with my machine not to have liquids in there. So I normally just use a dry rub. Sometimes I use liquids and sometimes it leaks and sometimes it doesn't. So you just do whatever machine you've got, or if you're doing it one of the other ways. So yes, this is the short ribs. I always write on it what it is. I end up doing 24 hours for these short ribs. They're still in the sous vide now. And then I do again the fast dry selection, and then it seals afterwards after it's sucked all the air out, and there it is, all done. So it's come to temperature. Oh, hang on. I've got my bellies going in. Beef short ribs are going in. I can sit them both up, but they both sit under the water. If they didn't, I would just sit them both up, but they're fine. Let me just see. Oh, they're both. I'm cooking that on 65 for 12 hours. Woohoo! And now I can press start, and the timer will count down, and off it goes. All right, so this pork belly has been sous vide for 12 hours. I've just set the short ribs to go for another 12 because all my information tells me to do that. I haven't done short ribs like this before, but I've got them in for another 12. So we'll leave them alone. That's good. And let's dry this off and let's open it up. I've got some jus in here I'm going to make some gravy out of for myself. I'm going to pour that jus in here. Scissors. I've got some pork chop heating up for my second meal of the day. I don't want all the star anise. I just want the pork belly. There's a bit of fennel seed, which is fine. So now I'm going to actually slice it and go from there. All right, so, you know, sometimes it's easier to slice. Now, what I want you to remember, this is cutting like butter. And just remember, I'm going to cook this again in the air fryer for crispy. This is amazing. So this is a 12-hour cook on this pork belly. It's like batch cooking. Yes! Let me show you. So beautiful.